Good morning, my beautiful tribe. How are you? So, I'm just trying to find a place to sit where I'm not squinting my eyes or you are blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. Oh, feeling good today. So, I actually had a client of mine or somebody who's worked with me in the past who just sent me a bit of an interesting message, and I actually asked her this question myself just then, which was, did you actually know this? And she answered no. So thank you very much, Alana, because you've instigated this live stream that I wanted to do for everyone this morning. So good morning, Sarah. Say hi as you jump on, or if you're watching the replay, please do a hashtag replay. And also please let me know what you get from my videos, like if you have an aha moment. That's some of my most favorite things that I hear back from people, is like how something so little sometimes can really shift your world or shift the way that you look at something, and that in turn is benefiting your life. Therefore, if you change, everything around you is going to change, because how you see the world is coming from you and nobody else, right? So if you can start to look at life for the lessons and look for the things that you can be grateful for, look for the cool stuff, you'll find more of that, right? Anyway, that's not what I want to talk to you about. So what the topic of today is that this woman, she had said to me how amazingly beautiful that I am. And she admires me for what I share in the world, and I can't exactly remember how it was worded. I did read it before I got on, now I've forgotten. So it's along those lines, right? And now what I would like you to do, because this is more the purpose of the video, now what I would like you to do is think of a time when you looked at, and I'll do a couple of like regular ones that always pop up in conversation with people that I talk to. Can you remember a time where you looked at another woman and you felt jealous of, I don't know, of her body, maybe of her confidence, or you were like, fuck, I wish I had that? Or maybe your internal self-talk or language might be, I wish I could be like that. Or, you know, why don't I have that? Or what's some other like not so great self-talk, which is, why not me? Like, why does she have that? Why can't I? This kind of stuff, right? Which is actually what you're doing, is like in those moments comparing yourself, right? So stay with me. You are comparing yourself to somebody else because you're looking at what they have that you don't have. Yeah? You are looking at what they have, or you are admiring what they have. It can also be done in a positive sense as well. But what I find is when you start to recognize how negatively it's impacting you, and you start to learn that you can actually turn it around and change it around, then you start to embrace the positive side of it, right? And it's also important to, it's useful to embrace both negative and positive sides of a lot of things, so you have a greater understanding, right? I definitely know I've been both ends of the spectrum on a lot of things that I talk about. That's why I feel like I can talk about them quite openly and confidently, because I've been to a lot of places that haven't been so good, right? But I had to take myself there to realize how important it was so that I could work on it and get myself to where I am today. Yeah, makes sense. So I want you to take yourself to a time where you've thought about that, like for yourself, or even it might be someone at the moment. It happens a lot on social media when you look at people's feeds, and you're just like, fuck, she just lives the life. Or, you know, I see it a lot on Instagram because everybody makes their, you know, feeds look so beautiful, and, you know, that is so great. They put so much time and effort into that. What that does sometimes is create an illusion for people to think that they have this beautiful, drama-free, like magnificent, cruisy life that's just easy and flowing and simple and glamorous, and they're beautiful and whatever, right? I definitely know that there are some feeds that I've been on where it's like, damn, how do you look so good all the time, right? They either put effort into it, or they're like effort into their photos or whatever, right? You don't know what goes on in the background. You don't know how much work some people have had done. You don't know jack shit, right? It's your perception. Now, the key element of this video is, how do you know what it is that you, like, how can you recognize that in somebody else? How can you see that in somebody else? Like, how do you know what it is, right? So if I look at, say, for example, if I look at someone and I think they're beautiful, or I look at someone and I think they're confident, yeah? How do you know what beautiful is? And how do you know what confidence or being confident is? How can you recognize that in somebody else if it's not within you? Okay? Sit with this for a second. How can you recognize something in somebody else if it is not within you? Right? How can you recognize something within somebody else if it's not within you? Right? When you see somebody confident as fuck, right, that highlights for you are lacking in confidence. Right? It is feedback for you that you are lacking in confidence. Right? But if you can see how confident someone can be, your belief system around that must be that that's how confident I can be. Like, confidence comes in that amount. Wow. So instead of sitting or staying where you are and being like, well, she's got this and, it's easy for her to be confident, or it's easy for this, or whatever story that you want to make up in your head, right? Because it's what you're making up, right? It's the story you're telling yourself about that person being confident, right? Instead of being, actually, she's extremely confident. Why am I jealous of that? Or why is it that I'm looking at that? Instead of being like, well, she's confident, it's like, I lack confidence, or I'm not confident, or, it's because of this, and this. It's like, actually, what is happening right now is that I can see potential of confidence, and I am feeling like I am lacking that. Yeah? So instead of actually looking at this like, she's got it and I don't, spending your time getting jealous or spending your time comparing, it's like, actually, would I like to be more confident? And if the answer is no, then cool, just like let that go, right? Don't stay in the drama of it. Why would you do that to yourself? It's like torturing your own self, right? And yes, we know that torturing your own self is like a sabotage to keep yourself somewhere safe so that you're comfortable, which ultimately isn't really comfortable because that's why you're in that space in the first place, yeah? So that's what most people do, is just stay in the story, or they stay with some excuse as to why they don't have any confidence, or they've got a story, or they're just like, well, it's easy for her, she's beautiful, or she's confident, or blah, 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 or she's got money, or she's got more clients, or she's got, like, whatever the hell you want to say, right? So we stick with that instead of actually being like, cool, like, actually, it's highlighting for me that I'm lacking confidence. Would I like more confidence? Yeah, sweet. I'm going to go build on my confidence. And you take your eyes out of that person's lane and bring them back to your own. It is simply feedback when you have feelings like that. Feedback is like, why is that making me feel shit? Oh yeah, because I'm like making up these stories. Yep, which is making it okay for her, but then not when it comes to me. Hey Loj, hey Amy, hey Amanda, thank you for joining me. Let me know, #replay if you're watching it. Also, let me know what you're getting from my videos, yeah? Let me know how you, like, what you get from it, how you feel, your thoughts or your opinions on it. Bring it to the surface, right? Because I know each and every one of you, even from my own self, right? I've been through confidence issues, jealousy issues, and it's all because I'm looking outwards, yeah? Right? Rather than taking it as feedback that I can work on myself. And what are the ways that you can build up your confidence? You can do that by A, stopping the pattern of then comparing yourself and making stories up. B, you can start taking better care of yourself. When you take better care of yourself, you feel more confident within yourself, right? If you start eating better, yeah, you instantly feel better. confidence will go up a little bit. You start taking care of your body, start taking care of your mental health, going for a walk for 20 minutes, stopping and sitting in silence for 5 minutes a day, right? And as a side note, how fucked up is that when you think about it, right? And I've got a few clients. I had a laugh with a client the other day in her private session, and we were laughing about how hard it is sometimes to just shut up. Yeah, like how hard it is sometimes just to be silent and not talk. And she actually like coaches people as well. And the whole point of, and that was a big lesson I had to learn, is to allow people to come to their own conclusions, make their own choices, rather than providing them for my clients, which is what I did when I first became a coach, like nearly 15 years ago. You just want to help people so much, so you give them answers, right? Or you help them, or you try and give them so many suggestions, or you try and you start over-giving. What you don't realize is that you're robbing that person of their own self-power by figuring it out themselves, so that then they can boost their confidence as well, right? So there is method to the madness sometimes. And it can be frustrating and irritating, because sometimes all we want is the answer from somebody. The more you keep providing someone an answer, the less they need to think for themselves, the less self-power that is, the more that can impact their confidence in making choices for themselves. And I might keep that for a separate video, actually, because, man, like topic after topic, I want to keep talking. So, message here is, see things as feedback, right? Whether they feel good or bad, doesn't matter. See it as feedback. If you're looking at somebody else, you're comparing yourself to somebody else, you feel jealous of somebody else. And especially like beauty wise, when people are like, oh, she's beautiful, oh, she's pretty, oh, she's, look at her Instagram, blah, 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 like she's got beautiful skin. There are so many filters and different things that you can do, by the way, if it's a social media thing that makes you feel bad. This is all just feedback to what you think you're lacking, but you wouldn't be able to recognize that in somebody else if it wasn't within you first. Yeah, because how would you know what it is? You don't know what it is, but you do know what it is. And this is indications or feedback that maybe you're not doing the things that make you feel good, which might be looking after your skin, exercising. It might be that you're not practicing like loving yourself, right? And in fact, you're hating on yourself and all your self-talk is negative, right? What is it? Yeah, it is beautiful today. Look at the sky and no smoke. So what is it that you feel that you're lacking? And what are you doing about that? Everything always comes back to you. I don't think people realize or recognize how much everything just comes back to you. So if you're continuously working on you, on your project, that project of you, whether it be on your confidence, your body, your sex appeal and your sass, converting yourself from an introvert to more of an extrovert. Like I had somebody the other day who said they wanted to become more of an extrovert, whatever that looks like for them. There's no scale of it. Like you get to choose what it is that you want for yourself. And nobody can tell you whether that's right or wrong, because it's whether it's right or wrong for you. Right? You have so much self-power and people just give it away willy-nilly like it's fucking nothing. Like it's a piece of rubbish that needs to be put in the bin. Like that's just don't realize. So this is why I'm so passionate about creating self-awareness for you, is that you have the power. Yeah? I got the power. That's where it's at. It's not got anything to do with anybody else around you. It has everything to do with you, right? And this is about looking inwards, not outwards. And it's also about recognizing the fact that if you can see something in somebody else that makes you jealous or you're comparing yourself to, that it's actually already within you and you're just not bloody recognizing it. So you're discounting your own information, knowledge, and education and just like willy-nilly giving that to somebody else. What the hell? What is with that? All right. So I'm I'm going to go take myself out for a little coffee date. If you would, like to leave some feedback, that'd be awesome. Those of you who haven't heard already, which I'm sure that you have, my first weekend retreat, but next retreat is on the 20th to the 23rd of March, and I'm mega excited because this is something that I'm bringing to the world this year. You guys know that I've held really big retreats in the past, so 1 or 2 a year. It's more of an investment. It's yes, in money, but also in yourself and in time. There's a lot that we process and go through, which is absolutely incredible, but what I would like to do is provide that experience on a smaller scale for those of you who would like to it's easier for you to invest the time, money, energy, space. It's a little bit for you to process and digest, and it's just a taste tester of like what is possible, and anything is possible. I didn't know I could be in the position that I'm in right now, even having these creations or visions that I'm having. There was once upon a time where I didn't think this was possible. Yeah, and the more that you keep proving to yourself that anything is possible by taking little steps in the right direction, the more that you believe that more is possible. So if something you believed once wasn't possible that now is possible, imagine how many more things could be possible for you. It's a beautiful thought, right? Everybody have a really great day. If you're in Melbourne, definitely get out and enjoy the sunshine. It is beautiful. Sending you lots of love, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.